Coming up tonight on YCN News, school children in Claremont get ready for a summer celebration at Monadnock Park. Claremont Savings Bank holds a benefit for families affected by a tragic car crash. And Newport, New Hampshire prepares for its 41st annual Apple Pie Crafts Fair. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Friday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Claremont school children are getting ready for school, but first, there will be an end-of-summer celebration at Monadnock Park tomorrow. With the school year coming just around the corner, Claremont students are preparing for their annual back-to-school celebration this Saturday at Monadnock Park. From 10 to noon, rain or shine, students of the Claremont School District will be treated to outdoor games and food and face painting. The 2-hour event is free. School and sports health information will be available for families to help get their children off to the best possible start. That start comes Monday for elementary school students. Claremont has 3 elementary schools, Maple Avenue, Bluff, and Disnard. On Wednesday, students attending Claremont Middle School or Stevens High School will report for the first day of school. The older students are starting school 2 days afterward as structural improvements to both buildings continue. Meanwhile, the start of school for students at Lebanon College is on hold until further notice. Students, staff, and faculty of Lebanon College may want to keep checking the school's website, lebanoncollege.edu. It is important to note that the Year 2 radiography students program will continue uninterrupted. These students will begin their second clinical rotation as scheduled next week, the website notes. Lebanon College Testing Center will continue to deliver exams until further notice. Meanwhile, other students who need copies of official college transcripts should go to the college's website to click on the link for the application. The website will be updated as new developments arise. New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan has directed flags to fly at half-staff in honor of James Foley on Sunday, the day of his memorial service. 40-year-old Foley, a photojournalist on assignment for the international news company and Boston-based Global Post, was slain by ISIS extremists earlier this week. His murder was videotaped by extremists. Foley, a native of Rochester, New Hampshire, had been held captive by terrorists for almost 2 years. Hassan says Foley's work as a reporter will be remembered. He exemplified the best of our journalistic ideals, fearlessly going to some of the world's most dangerous places to expose the horrific consequences of war and the beautiful humanity of those innocent civilians affected by it, she says in a prepared statement. An act of terror took him from us far too soon. His commitment to advancing our nation's First Amendment right across the globe and the truths fully unveiled in his work will live on forever. As Granite Staters and people around the world mourn, our thoughts and prayers remain with the Foley family and their loved ones. Winter is still a few months away, but people locally and nationally are shivering for a different reason. You may have seen or heard of the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge that has brought thousands of people, including celebrities, to raise awareness and money for the ALS Association. Their website, alsa.org, states that ALS is a progressive neurodegenerative disease that affects the nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord. The disease causes a person's brain to lose control over muscle movement, eventually leading to a patient being paralyzed and ultimately leading to death. According to their website, the Ice Bucket Challenge was started by a resident of Beverly, Massachusetts, Pete Freitz, who is 29 years old and has lived with ALS for the past 2 years. The challenge has gone viral on social media, bringing people everywhere to douse themselves in ice. Wednesday, I was dared to take the challenge, and last night I did. What's important is that participants not only donate to the ALS Association, but they raise awareness for the disease by nominating their friends to do the challenge as well. Many have questioned how the challenge actually raises money, but according to a press release the ALSA sent out yesterday, they have received $41.8 million in donations, which compares to only $2 million made during the same period last year. These donations have come from existing donors as well as 739,275 new donors. The ALS Association provides care services for those living with or affected by ALS through chapters working in communities across the country and through a global research program working to discover treatments and hopefully a cure. Whether or not you've been challenged to take the icy dunk, donating or spreading the word is always beneficial to charities such as ALSA's. When YCN News returns, we'll continue with more news.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Tragic events are rarely expected and often leave those impacted with little means to cope. In a small New Hampshire community like Claremont, these events bring strangers, family, and friends together to support those going through such devastation. Today, I stopped by a benefit where a number of Claremonters came together for a good cause. A few weeks ago, 4 Claremont families were affected by a tragic car accident. Today, the Claremont Savings Bank is holding a bake sale to support them. Is this something that you do often here?
Well, we like to support the community. We support our customers, but we are part of the community, and the community is important to us, so that a bake sale for their benefit, or we allow scouts to be selling food here. We also have for the Relay for Life, we do a bake sale, and I think we did for Turning Points Network also. So we'll do this to raise money for various organizations that we feel is important to the whole community.
How has the sale gone today?
It's gone really well. We've made over $900. We had a couple customers that just came to the ATM and gave us donations. We've had customers that just handed us money and said, for the next person who can't donate, here's some money. And it's a tragedy that could hit home to any one of us, so we feel it's important.
When it comes to giving, do you think Claremont is a special place?
I think Claremont likes to take care of its own here in the community. And I don't think it's unique. I think across the country, a lot of communities give back to the community. I think what's unique about us is more personal, and so that it's a small enough community that a tragedy like this really hits home. And when it hits home, it hits the hearts of the people. And so I think we're unique in the way that we go about supporting the members of our community.
How are the donations going? Are people donating and buying, or just donating?
They are buying, donating, and if somebody doesn't want anything, they still give us the money and say, please give it to somebody that might be in need, that could use the food. And everybody has been very generous. I mean, you just can't ask for any better thing for people to be kind and giving. You know, because like you say, it could be your family member, and you would want the support if you were in need.
If you missed out on the bake sale and still want to help support the 4 families affected by this tragedy, you will have a chance to do so soon. On September 27th, the Live Free or Die Riders will hold another fundraiser on Broad Street Park. Stay tuned to YCN for an update as the event planning unfolds. In other New Hampshire news, State Police Colonel Robert Quinn says the division's Marine Patrol Bureau is currently recruiting interested applicants for seasonal patrol officer positions. Maritime law enforcement in the state keeps boaters and water lovers safe. Members of the Marine Patrol Bureau conduct investigations relating to any and all unfortunate crashes or drownings at any of the state's 300 bodies of water. The Bureau works on safety first to prevent any accidents. It does this by inspecting all waterbound vessels and providing navigation aids to boaters. Marine Patrol has positions available in all counties of the state and is hoping to have final candidates selected by December 31st, 2014. There's another benefit to applying for this position if you think you are interested or know of someone who may be. If a man or woman makes it through the hiring process, which includes a written exam and physical exam, he or she will be certified as a New Hampshire part-time police officer. Interested applicants should visit Marine Patrol's website at marinepatrol.nh.gov. Look for the employment link and then the recruitment for seasonal Marine Patrol officer trainee link. Anyone with more specific questions should contact Sergeant Cheryl Clancy at 603-293-2037 or 603-556-3183. There's another weekend event you may want to attend to benefit area craftspeople and enjoy some great apple pie too. We're talking about the 41st Annual Apple Pie Crafts Fair on Newport Common in this Sullivan County town. The fair runs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will be held rain or shine. Food-wise, all things apple pie will be the main fare, yet the Newport Fire Department's barbecued chicken is not to be missed. The fair began as a way for local artisans to display and sell their craft items. From its beginnings, the fair, named for its Americana theme, has grown in popularity each year. Up to 80 vendors are expected to participate tomorrow. Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now, Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next few days and then move on to sports.
Thanks, Rose. Tonight we'll have mostly cloudy skies with lows in the 50s and winds around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow will be partly sunny with a high of 76 degrees. Tomorrow night we'll have lows in the upper 50s with calm winds and partly cloudy skies. Sunday will be mostly sunny with highs in the mid-70s and calm winds. Sunday night we'll have mostly clear skies and a low of 56 degrees. You can see here that storms have mostly passed. Although there are big storms in the west, they will most likely pass us. We should have a mix of cloudy and sunny days coming up. Now let's see what's coming up on our community calendar. Tomorrow morning in New Hampshire, the Cornish Farmers Market will begin at 9 a.m. and the Enfield Farmers Market will be held at 10 a.m. In Vermont, the Norwich Farmers Market will begin at 9 a.m. In Hartford, the Tupelo Music Hall will show Peter Wolf at 8 p.m. On Sunday, the Snaz concert will take place in Vermont on the Putney Tavern lawn at 6 p.m. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. And now turning to New Hampshire Fisher Cats news, we are pleased to report that the Fisher Cats won the 3-game series with Trenton. The bad news is that they lost last night's game. It was a shutout with Trenton winning 3-0. Although this is a loss for the Fisher Cats, they won Tuesday's and Wednesday's games. On Tuesday, the final score was 2-1, and on Wednesday, the final score was 8-2. Tonight is the first of a 3-game series with Portland at the Fisher Cats' home field in Manchester, New Hampshire. Be sure to check out the game starting at 7:05 p.m. More results tomorrow.